Hey, what's up you guys? This is Rob from The Gay Guy Plays, and today on The Snapshot, we're getting up close and personal to spread our seed when we take a look at my high-efficiency melee Saryn build. Okay, so I've gotten a lot of questions about how I've currently got my Saryn modded out, and to be honest, it's not anything too crazy, it's just a balanced brawler build with high efficiency, to ensure that she'll always have enough energy in order to dominate whatever situation is put in front of her. Now, keep in mind that this is not the overextended spore build that a lot of people use when turtling up in extended defense missions. For clarification, this is the get in their faces and slice through their half-melted disease-ridden flesh build. Now before we jump into the build, let's take a look at the playstyle, because this setup is specifically tailored to spreading toxin and viral through close-range combat, weakening most enemies before you've even engaged. The primary mechanic you'll be taking advantage of in this build is the combination of Toxic Lash and Spores. Toxic Lash's bonus to damage blocked allows you to safely charge in to apply stacks of toxin to any enemy that you strike. In addition, Toxic Lash is guaranteed to pop spores on any enemies that you've inflicted, restoring 2 energy per spore popped and spreading more spores, as well as the toxin status from your Toxic Lash and the viral status from a popped spore to all enemies surrounding your target. Now, this works the best when equipped with a weapon that has a lot of range. Think things like the Orthos Prime, Mios, and the Skoliak. This allows you to spread the viral and toxin status so quickly that you won't need to worry about casting both Molt and Spore if you happen to get into a tight situation and need to unleash a fully powered miasma. Now, in that same vein, at higher levels, getting in close quarters can be a bit dangerous, so running with high efficiency allows you to use Life Strike with very little penalty. While Spores can help you replenish a lot of energy, sometimes toggling on Life Strike in the middle of a squad during a multi-hit combo can drain your energy pool faster than expected. So, reducing your Spore and Toxic Lash cost to a minimum can help you quickly get back in the game without being forced to take health damage. Now, as for the snapshot, just ignore the ultra fuck polarities. I've been playing Saryn for ages and have gone through several different builds. All you'll actually need for this is 2 to 3 Forma. Just swap the aura into a dash polarity and add in 1 more D slot. If you want access to the Exilus slot, you can toss in an extra V and you should be all set. And since you're going to be in melee combat, I definitely recommend this, especially for mods like Surefooted and Handspring. Now, before I show you the build, I need to ease you into this one like anal sex, because you may not like what's coming up. Even Rebecca was a tad bit upset at me with this choice, but hear me out. Yes, I have removed Regenerative Molt. As you all know, she does require a balance of stats now, and paired with a fully stacked Arcane Grace, I just didn't feel like I needed it. However, there are clear areas where you can substitute it back in if you feel it necessary, but after a little retraining, I decided to leave it out. So as you can see, this build is a fairly standard brawler build, using the health, armor, and rage combination. In addition, I bumped her to near max energy efficiency to keep her fully powered at all times. Splash in a little power strength and the ever so important stretch, and you've got the build. Now, I did go heavy into the efficiency, so if you're finding that you don't need that much energy for the level of content you're taking on, feel free to swap out Fleeting Expertise for your Regenerative Molt. Or you could toss in a Transient Fortitude if you're one of those guys who really need your power strength. Now, for a couple quick tips. For general content, always remember to keep Toxic Lash on and engage with Spores. Constantly popping them will keep your enemies weak and allow you to blitz through them twice as fast, meaning that you'll take less damage. In addition, watch for damage numbers behind cover and through walls, as Spores can spread very quickly, and being cognizant of where these numbers pop up will help guide you to your next afflicted target, allowing you to spread more Spores without having to recast it. Next, don't forget to block. The damage reduction you get from Toxic Lash stacks additively with your current weapons, allowing you to mitigate up to 90% of the damage dealt. Now, a lot of people don't seem to be focusing on this much as a feature, but if you told someone they could have a massive damage reduction buff on top of Saryn's already kinda tanky nature, I'm sure that they would go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And lastly, choose and mod your melee weapons wisely. Don't forget Life Strike, and depending on the weapon, Primed Reach can be insanely effective at helping you recoup energy by popping spores. Because let's face it, you're gonna need a lot of stamina if you plan on spreading your seed far and wide. So thank you all for watching another episode of The Snapshot. If you haven't already caught it, be sure to check out my quick draw on the Mios, as well as the stand spotlight on Defiled Snapdragon. Now, don't forget to do all the things that I ask you to do at the end of every one of these, and as always, stay tuned to watch me whip here at A Gay Guy Plays. Honestly, I really have nothing to say here. I just really like this clip, so suck it, chimps!